In this video, we'll be learning how to create a login and registration in Laravel. So this is the demo of what we are going to do in this video. So you can see that we are having a login form and we are having email and password. So let's go to the registration form. Let's hit enter. And you can see we are inside the registration form and we are having full name, email and password. So we are going to do this in this video. So let's register a user and see. So we have entered the details of the user and let's click on sign up. And now you can see the user is created successfully. Let's try logging in now. So we have entered the username, that is the email and the password. Let's click on sign up. And now we are inside the welcome screen. Okay, so we are just simply printing a hi here. You can add other things here. We'll be seeing how to add those in the coming videos. So this is what we are going to learn in this video. Here we can see that we are having a Laravel project open, and you can see that this is the previous one that we created on the previous videos. So if you haven't watched the previous videos, go to the playlist and watch it. So we have discussed about the Laravel controllers, model, migrations, all these things. So if you haven't watched those videos, go and watch it and you can follow along from here. So first of all, we can go to the resources folder. Inside the views, we can create a new folder. So go to new and let's create a new directory. Let's name it layouts. And inside the layouts, we can create a layout file. So let's create a file and let's name it something like default.play.php. And inside this default.play.php, we will be adding our layout. So let's create some. So first of all, we can go to the Bootstrap page. So let's open getbootstrap.com. So I have opened getbootstrap.com and let's add Bootstrap to our project. So go to the docs section and scroll down and we can copy this one. Okay. So we are not going to download the project for now. So let's copy the links for now. Okay. So copy this and go to your layout file. We can paste the code here. We copy it from the Bootstrap page and you can see that we are having a template. So we can change the title. So let's change everything one by one. So first of all, we can change the title, and in Laravel, we can use @yield, and inside that we can give the name, that is title, and we can give a default title also. So let's give a default title. So here, when we are using this @yield, we are going to ask the pages that are going to extend this to pass the title. So if they are not passing the title, we'll be showing this default title. So we'll be showing this in practical, so you'll understand what it will be. So let's move on with the content. So let's remove this one, that is the h1 tag, and we can add a @yield content. Okay, so we are going to ask for the content here, and other than that, we are having our Bootstrap CSS and JS here, and that's it. So we'll be passing the title and the content from other pages. Okay, so let's see what it is. So let's go to our welcome, maybe not welcome. We can create a new file. Okay, we are having the file login inside the auth folder. So let's go to login here. So we are inside the auth folder. We are having a login.blade.php. If you're not having, you can simply create one. Okay, so simply create this file and you can start from here. Okay, so here we are going to extend the default.blade.php. So for that, you can type @extend, @extends, and then inside this, we can call the layouts, give a dot, and then the file name. Okay, so hope you understand. Layouts is the folder name and default is the file name. Okay, so hope you understand that. Now we'll be having everything that is inside here added to this page also. Okay, and now we are going to pass the title. So let's see how we can pass the title. So let's come here and you can use the at section, then give the name that is used here. What is the name that is used here? It is title. Okay. We are going to give some other name like name ABC, then you have to use that name. Okay. So use the exact key name that is given here. Okay. So let's change it to title now and we can give it here title, and then we have to pass the value. So give a comma and here let's pass login. So now we have added the title that is login. So next thing that we have to pass is content. Okay. So we are going to add a login form. So at session content, okay, content, and here we cannot pass the entire content like this. So for that we can hit enter here and come here at end session. Okay. And inside this you can add all the content. Okay. So here inside this session we'll be adding everything and all those content will be shown here. Okay. So hope you understand that. So let's add a form here, login form. So before creating the form, we can go to the routes. So let's go to the routes folder inside the web.php. We have to add the route for login page. So these routes are from the previous videos. So we can remove this much. Okay. And let's remove this also. Let's change this to, let's directly return the welcome view here. Okay, so that's it. So now we are simply returning this welcome page here. Okay, and let's come here. Now we need our login route. So for that route, and we need a get request to show the login form. So use a get request and give /login. Give a comma, and now we have to call our controller and the function. Okay, inside the array we can call the controller, that is auth controller class, give a comma and call the login function. Okay, so this is the login function, give a semicolon here, and let's go to our controller app. Inside the app http controllers, we are having auth controller. So we created this in the previous videos. So if you don't have this file, you can go to the terminal. Okay, create. Okay, here you can come here and use this command php artisan make controller and then the file name, that is auth controller. That's it. You can create a controller like this and hit enter and it will be automatically created. Okay, so I have already created it. So let's go to the file here and you can see that we are having the login function already added. Okay, so this was the function that I was going to write. So you can see we are returning the view from the auth folder and the login. So if you go to this views folder, you can see we are having a auth folder. Okay, inside the views folder we are having an auth folder and inside that we are having the login. So that's what we are returning here. We are returning a view and inside the views folder we are having auth, that is this folder. Okay, and then the login file. Hope you understand that. So simply add a function like this and we are calling this function from this route. Okay, hope you understand that much. And everything else we can remove this index function, and all these functions are not required anymore. So we created all this to learn for the previous videos. So if you haven't watched all those videos, you can go and watch that from the playlist. So okay, so only add this function right now. Okay, and okay, you don't have to worry about all other controllers. So this is the default one, don't change it. These two we created on previous videos for learning purposes. Okay, so just create one controller for auth controller. Okay, and okay, now we have called the login. Now we can try running it. So let's run the application. So I'm already running it. You can run the application by calling php artisan serve. Okay, that's it. So you have to be inside the project directory. That's very important. Open the terminal and go to the project directory. You can use the command cd space folder name and change the directory. And from here you can hit enter using this command. So if you're following along with the playlist and if you try to open this right now, you can see we are having an error here. That's because we removed all the routes that we created on the previous videos. So let's go back and you can go to the view that is welcome.blade.php and simply remove this. So this error came because we are using the route here. Okay. And we removed the route earlier. Okay. Hope you remember. So let's remove this and that's it. Let's keep maybe like a high for now. Okay, that's it. And we can go to our login page now. And here we can refresh the page and you can see the high here. And let's go to the login page. For that, /login and hit enter. Now we are inside the login page and you can see that we are having nothing here. So if you go to the view page source, you can see that we are having everything that we added previously. That is the title. If you go to this page and view the title here on the top, and if you check, you can see the CSS is added and the JavaScript is added, and the content, we are not passing any content. That's why nothing is there. So let's pass a content. Here we'll be adding a login form here. So let's create a login form. Here you can see that I have added a login form. So it will take time if we are going to type the entire code in the video. So that's why I added the code. So this is a simple CSS login form and I will show you how it looks like. So either you can add any login form that you want. Okay, you can copy paste any CSS code with Bootstrap that you want here, or you can follow along. Okay, you can either type it. So hope the code is properly visible for you. I will hit an enter from here so it will be much visible for you. And I'll be explaining this code so it will be easy for you to understand also. Okay, and we will not be using this remember me for now. So remember me can be removed. Okay, and okay, so hope the code is visible for you. So either you can pause the video and type it. So it is simply added margin top and we are adding a container and a row. Inside that we are justifying the content to center and we are simply creating a card, and here this is the main part. Okay, so this much is the main part. Here we are starting our form and the method is post. Okay, and we haven't specified any action right now. We'll be specifying it, and then we have added the @csrf, and this is the token that we discussed earlier. So if you haven't watched that video, go back and watch it. Okay, then we can see that we are having a input field here, and this is for email, and the name is email. This is very important. Give the name, and the name should be exactly matching when we are going to use it. Okay, so here I'm using email. If you're using any other names, you have to remember it. Okay, so you can refer it here and use it. So I will discuss it when we are doing it. Okay, and then we are adding it to required, so it will show an error if it is empty. Then you can see the type. Okay, the type, you can either set it to text or email. Okay, so let's set it to text for now. And here we are showing the error messages. So if there is a mistake or error when we are using, maybe we are going to validate the input, then you can show the errors like this. So we are checking if error has email. So we're going to pass the error that with the key name email. Okay, if there is an error, then we are going to display the error here. That's it. And just like that, we have added the password option also. Okay, the name is password. So you can see the name here. Name is password. Okay, this is very important. And the input type is password. Okay, that is very important. Okay, the name and the type is important. Okay, other than that, nothing much is important. Everything is for designing purposes. Okay, and this one is also important. We are going to show the error and we are passing the key that is password. So you can check it like if errors has password, that is the key, then we are going to print the error like this. Okay, And here we are having the submit button, and the submit button, you can simply type the type to be submit if it is a button. Okay, and that's it. So our form is very simple. I will give the code maybe on the description, and you can click the link and maybe copy paste it or something. So I will give this much code in the description. Okay, so hope you understand, or you can pause the video and type it. Okay, so let's go to the next section. So that is adding an action here. So we have to add an action. So for that we can go to the, let's open the projects here. Okay, and we can go to the routes web.php. So before that we can view how this view looks like. Okay, so let's run the application. Okay, it is running. So this is our view, and you can see that we are having the login form, and we are having email and password. So hope you understand. This is the view that we created earlier. So the next thing that we have to do is add an action. So go to the web.php. Inside the route here, you can add a post route to the login. So route post. Okay, method is post slash login, and we can call a function from the auth controller login post. Okay, we have to create this function. Okay, so let's give a semicolon here, and let's go to the auth controller and create the function. This is the controller, and come here, function login form. So we'll be passing the email and the password. Okay, and we have to receive those here. For that you can call request, and you have to make sure the use statement is added. So let's remove these two. These two were created for the previous videos. Okay, so this is the use statement that you have to add. Okay, so I'm using PHP Storm, so all these will be automatic. So if you're using any other IDE, or you can either use a plugin, or you can simply add the use statement on the top. Okay, so it is very important to use illuminate /http/request. Okay, it is very important. So let's come here and create a variable $request. So now inside the request we will get everything that is being passed from the login form. Okay, and okay, come here inside the routes, and we have to name this post route. So let's give a name. So let's hit and enter from here. Okay, and we can give a name login.post, and we'll be using this name to call the route. So let's copy the name from here and go to our login.blade.php, and here we can add our action right now. Okay, so come inside the action, open the double curly braces, call the route method, and inside that we can give the name of the route. That's it. So now this will print the link here. Okay, link to this post that we have added here. So this is the route, this is the post route. Okay, this is a post method, and when we add that here, it will call this post here, and we can get access to this login function, that is this one. Okay, so from here we able to do the login. So here we are having a form with the method post, and action is pointing towards the login post, that is this route. Okay, and from this route we are calling this method that is inside the auth controller, that is login post. Okay, and inside the function we can do the login things. Okay, so here before login we have to do the registration, otherwise we'll have to insert the values manually. So in order to prevent that, let's create a registration form first. So let's go to our views and auth. Let's create a registration file. So let's name it register.blade.php. Okay, and here we can copy paste everything from the login. Okay, so it will be much easier. Okay, we have added the form from the login. We are having email, password. Okay, And the route, we have to change the route. We will change it later on. Okay. And the method is correct. Everything is correct. We can change the title to register. Okay. And other than that, we have to add a name also. If you need to enter a name also, we can add that also here. So for that, you can copy this much. Okay. Copy this much from here. And below the CSRF, we can paste it here. And type is okay. Placeholder, we can change it to name. Full name. Okay. And ID, if you are using the ID, you can change it to name. We are not using the ID right now, so it is not required. The name is very important. So we are going to use this name. So we can change it to full name. Okay. So we are changing it to full name, or you can simply keep it to name. Anything works. So let's keep it to full name for now. Okay. And here the error also, we have to change it. So full name. Okay. That's it. And I have to change it here also. Okay. So that is it. So we have added one more field, that is full name. So let's go to, before that we have to add the route also. So go to web.php and we have to add a get route get / register. Now we can call the controller auth controller and give a comma and call the function, that is register. Okay, we haven't created the function, so let's go to give a semicolon here. Okay, and let's go to the auth controller here. Okay, open it, and we have to create a function register. Okay, and we can simply return the view like this. Okay, here in the login we are returning the view like this. Just like that, we are returning the view for register also. Change login to register, that's it. Okay, so now it will be returning this register.play.php. Okay, and now go to the route, and here we can call the function, that is register, and that's it. Okay, now we can try running it and see the register form. So this is our login form. Let's change /login to /register and hit enter. Okay, so this is our register form. Okay, we forgot to change the title here, so let's change it. You can go to register.play.php and here we are having the title here. So let's change it to register, and that's it. Save it and refresh the page. Refresh the page and you can see register is added. Okay, and you can also change the button also. Okay, we forgot to change the buttons text also. So come here and scroll down, and we can change the buttons text to maybe like sign up, and that's it. Okay, so now our registration form is ready. So we have to add the post method for our registration. So let's go to our routes and let's create a post method like this. Okay, here. Okay, we can copy this route here and paste it here and change login to register. And this name also, we have to change the name also. So let's change it to register.post. Okay, now we have to create a method, maybe something like register post. Okay, and we have to create this function. Okay, copy the name that we are giving here and go to the controller, auth controller, and here we can create the function register post, and we are receiving the things that we are passing from the form. So request $request, just like what we did for login, we are doing it the same, exactly the same things for register also. Now I think both the steps are in same place. So login also we have reached here, and in register also we have reached here. Okay, now we have to complete the registration first. So for that, we can first of all validate the request. Maybe validate add a name. So we are passing full name. Okay, so full name, you have to give the name that we are using inside here. Okay, you have to use this name, this exact name. Okay, so hope it is visible for you. You have to use this name. Okay, whatever name that you're giving here, you have to use it. Okay, so come here and we are setting it to required. Give a comma, just like the full name, we can give required for email and password also. Email and password. Okay, for email, you can also set it to something like email here. But for now, we can remove that, not required. Okay, you can add more validations here. You can simply Google it and see that. Okay, we can discuss about validations in detail on coming videos. Okay, so let's complete this video. I think we are taking a lot of time. So let's come here. So now we are checking if full name, email and password is present or not. If it is not present, it will return an error message. So we can try to see that. So for that, before that, we have to go to register.blade.php. So we have to change this action. Okay, it is very important. Change the route name to register.post. Okay, now we are calling this method. Okay, so now we can try running this and see what happens. So here you can see that we are having the registration form. We can simply try clicking it. So you can see that the required field inside HTML is working. So let's remove that for now. So let's remove this required from here. Okay, just for the full name, we are going to remove that and refresh the page. You have to refresh the page, otherwise the required option will not be gone. Okay, now we can avoid entering anything in the full name. Let's add an email for now. Let's simply add something. gmail.com. Okay, let's change it to maybe ABC and let's set password something like this. Okay, and click on sign up. You can see full name field is required. See, the error is shown here. So that's because we have added required on the PHP function. So hope you remember that. On the function register post, we have added a validation, and we have set this field to be required. Okay, so that's it. So you can add validations like that. Okay, so let's go back, go to the controller, and here inside this function, we have to insert the data. Okay, so for that, you can come here. For that, you can create $user equal to new user. So we are calling the user model, that is from app/models. Okay, so use the user, give a colon, semicolon here, and if you go to the top, you can see the use statement added, app/model/user. So that is a default model that comes from every Laravel project you create. So if you go to the models, you can see user model. Okay, so if you don't understand this, you can watch our previous videos. We discuss about models. So go to the playlist and you can watch it. So you can see the products models created already. So when we discuss about the models, we did all this. Okay, so watch that video and you can follow along. Okay, so we are creating a new user. Now we can assign the values to the user. So we are having the fields name equal to $request of full name. Okay, that is very important. So what is happening here? So inside the user table, so let's go to the migrations. So if you haven't watched the previous videos, that's why I'm explaining this once more. Go to the migrations and migration for the user. You can see the user table is having column named name and another column named email and one named password, and everything else is not required for now. So this is remember token, etc. We will learn about it later on. We'll be adding remember me. So we will discuss about it later on. So we are having name, email and password here. So these column names are very important. Okay, so remember it. Okay, so let's go to the controller and here we are using that name. Okay, user, that is the table, and this is the column name. Okay, and here we are receiving the request, and the request, inside the request we are having the name, that is full name here. Okay, so if you are passing ABC here, you have to use ABC here. Okay, hope you understand now. So you have to use the exact thing that you are passing here inside the name. You have to use it here and here also. Okay, So that's why I use full name here and name here. Okay. Hope you understand that. Just like that, we are going to insert the email and password. So when you insert the password, you have to hash it. That is, you have to encrypt it. So call the hash class. So you can see illuminate support slash packets. Use that class, and you can call the method make. Inside that, we can pass the password, that is request of password, and that's it. So now this will encrypt the password and add it to the table. So if you don't want the encryption, you can remove it, but if you are we are going to use the encryption, so the login method will also be just like that. So if you are changing here anything, you have to change the login also, otherwise it will not work. Okay, so I recommend you to follow along and use the encryption, otherwise you will get errors. Okay, I have seen many removing the encryption and getting errors on the login part. Okay, so let's come here. Okay, now we can save the data. So we have assigned every data, that is name, email, and password. And now we have to save it to the table. That's it. So let's create an if condition. $user, that is the table. Simply call save. That's it. So this will create the new row, create a new row and add the details that we are passing from the form. Now here we can return the user from registration to login, or maybe you can automatically redirect the user to, after completing the login, you can redirect the user to dashboard, etc. Okay, we can for now redirect the user to the login page. Return redirect, then you can specify the route name here. Okay, inside the redirect you can specify the route name. Either you can use the route method or you can simply specify it. Okay, so let's use the route method for now, and inside that we can give the name. So we haven't give the name for the login get, so we can give it here. So give a name login, that's it. Okay, so the name for the get method is login and the name for the post method is login post. So that's it. And let's go to our controller here and call the route with the name, that is login. Okay, and come here, we can pass some messages along with this redirect. So let's use something like with success, or you can use simple with and give success here, give a comma and pass your message user created successfully. Okay, let's hit and enter from here. Give a semicolon, that's it. So now we are, if the user is created successfully, we are redirecting the user to login page, and we can also show this success message. Okay, otherwise you can come here and return, you have to redirect the user, redirect, okay, we can redirect the user to registration itself. So let's, okay, for that we have to give a name for the registration also. So let's come here, name. Okay, let's hit and enter from here, and here we can give in the name register. Okay, that's it. Come back here, call the route, give the name register. So hope you are understanding. If you are having any doubts, you can leave a comment below, or you can join our WhatsApp or Discord community and you can ask all your doubts there. And we can pass with key name, maybe error. Okay, and we can pass the message failed to create user, create account. Okay, give a semicolon here and hit and enter here, and that's it. Okay, so now if the user is save to the table, we are going to show a success message and redirect the user to login page. Otherwise, we are going to redirect the user to registration page itself with the error message. Okay, that's it. So now we can try running it. Before running it, we have to check if we are displaying the error messages. So to check that, you can go to the register.play.php and here, okay, here we have to display the error messages. Okay, we can do this inside the register and also on the login. So let's do that in the register. First of all, come here below the column and we can create an if condition at if we are going to check if the session has, that is session, then call has, then give the key name that is we are going to pass, that is success. Okay, if the session is having success, we have to print that. So for that we can create a div and give the class alert, and we can set it to alert success. Okay, these are Bootstrap classes. Okay, we can refer the Bootstrap documentation for that. Now we can print the session, that is session get, give the key name, that is success, and that's it. Now we have to do the same for the error also. So let's copy this much and paste it here and change this has success to errors. Okay, let's check what we are going to pass. Okay, we are passing error. So pass, give the key name, that is error here, error here. Okay, that's it. So you have to add this much. So this much you have to add on the top. Okay, so let's copy this much from here and let's go to login.play.php and come here, and let's add it here also. Okay, so that's it. Now we can try running our application. So let's go to the registration page /register and hit enter. And here we can enter a name and let's give an email. And now we can give a password also. Now you can click on sign up. See, the success message is printed on the login page. So the user redirect to /login and the success message is also printed. Okay, so hope you understand. Now we can try implementing the login page. Before that, you can go to the PHP myadmin. You have to make sure that you are running the SAMP. So before running this registration, you have to make sure that you are running this Apache and MySQL. Okay, Apache is not required, but you have to run it if you want to check the PHP myadmin. So we have to have the SAMP installed and start the Apache and MySQL. Okay, so now we can go to the users table, and here you can see we are having a lot of data. We did learned about seeding and all. So during that, we inserted all this data. Okay, so let's check the last user, that is CodeCC, name is CodeCC, email is correct, info@codecc.com, and the password is encrypted. See, so hope you understand. So the registration is successful. So let's go and implement the login page now. So for implementing the login, let's go to the route web page. Okay, so the function is login post. So let's go to the controller, auth controller, and let's implement the login post, this one. Okay, so here we are receiving all the values that we are passing from the login form, that is email and password. So we have to validate it first. So let's copy the validation from here. Okay, and paste it here. We don't have full name. We are not passing full name on the login form. So remove that. This name has to be the same. So if you are changing it, you have to make sure the name here given here. Okay, the name given here and here is matching. Okay, otherwise you'll get error. Okay, so we are validating the email and password now. Dollar credentials. Okay, so we are going to receive only email and password. So we are going to select email and password from the request. So for that, we can request only and then specify the key names. Email, okay, email, comma, and password. So this credentials will have only the email and password. So if you're passing anything else, this credentials will not have it. Okay. So we are only selecting the email and password here. And after that, we can come here. Now we are going to call the auth class and attempt. So inside the if condition, call auth. You have to make sure that you are using the class illuminate support slash packets. Okay. So if you go to the, after clicking this, you can see on the top, this class is added automatically. See, use statement. It is from slash illuminate slash support slash packets slash auth. So the use statement has to be added properly. Okay. And from this class, we can call the method make. Attempt. Okay. And inside the attempt, we can pass dollar credentials, and that's it. So this will do everything for the login, all the checks, etc. So if login is successful, we can redirect the user to the dashboard or welcome page, anything. So we are having only a welcome page. So maybe we can set the welcome to be only accessible if the user is successfully logged in. So I will show you how to do that. Okay. So we can redirect, return, okay, return, redirect. And we can give the route name, or here inside the login, we can use intended. And then we can give the route name. Okay, route name, let's use the route. And here we can pass the route name. So we are not having a name for the welcome. So let's go to web.php and come here. And let's give a name home. Okay, that's it. And we are going to change this to be a group. Let's group it. Route. We can use middle verse. Okay. And set it to auth. So we can only access everything inside this route group if the user is logged in. Okay. Then we are going to use group. So we learned about all these on the previous videos. So go and watch those. Okay. So function, and we can open it and give a semicolon here. That's it. So inside this grouped routes, we can change this one, move this one from here to here. Now the user can only access this if the user is logged in. So if the user is not logged in, it will redirect the user to /login automatically. So if /login is not present, it will show an error message. Since we are having it, it will be redirect to /login. Okay. So let's try that. So let's redirect the page before logging in. Okay. So here we are inside login page. So let's remove /login and hit enter. And you can see we are redirect to /login again, and we are getting an error here. Okay. That's because we stopped this statement in between. Okay. So you can use so that we redirect from the welcome page to login page. So that's very important. Okay. And we have to complete this in order to avoid this error. Okay. So let's complete that first of all. So let's go to our auth controller, and here, okay, we have to give a semicolon. And now we have to give the route name. That is home. Okay. And now if login is successful, we are redirecting the user to home page. That's it. If it is not successful, we can return redirect route and maybe to login itself with error message. With error, login failed. Okay. So let's hit an enter from here. Okay. So it is visible for you. If the login fails, we are returning this one, returning the user to login page itself and showing an error message. So our login method is also complete. So that's it. So now we can try accessing this welcome page and check if it is redirecting properly. So here we are inside the login. Let's refresh the page and it is working. See, we can remove /login from here and we can hit enter. Okay, you can see that we are redirected back to /login itself. That's because the user is not logged in. So previously we created a user, that is code GC. So let's log in with that credentials. So the email was, and we can give the password also. Okay, so I have given the email and password. So let's click on sign up and you can see we are redirected to the welcome page. See this one. So check the route here and you can see the hi message also. Okay, see this? Hope you understand. Now the user is successfully logged in. So hope you understand how we can create login and registration in Laravel. If you're having any doubt, you can leave a comment below and we'll respond to all of your comments. And you can also join our WhatsApp or Discord server and we can have a discussions there. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more such videos.